Simon & Schuster Audio presents I Used to Like You Until How Binary Thinking Divides Us. Written and read by Kat Timpf.
To my dad, who taught me to think for myself, and my husband, who accepts the market risk of me doing so. An excerpt from John Updike's novel, Rabbit Run. Hate suits him better than forgiveness. Immersed in hate, he doesn't have to do anything. He can be paralyzed, and the rigidity of hatred makes a kind of shelter for him. Introduction. As the meet and greet started wrapping up at the Montgomery, Alabama stop on my tour, I found myself overwhelmed with guilt. One person toward the end of the line was so out of place, I just knew that she didn't want to be there. Why was I so sure? Because she was young, covered in tattoos, including on her neck, and, quite clearly, a lesbian. Her family, all of whom were much older, had definitely forced her to come, probably because they needed a ride or something, and I felt a strong urge to shout out, "Hey, sorry I exist, because if I didn't, then you wouldn't have to be here right now." Her family started asking me lots of questions about Gutfeld, the Fox News show I co-host every day, while she, as I'd expected, hung far, far back. Once her family walked away, however, she did something that I didn't expect. Come up to get a photo with me and tell me she had a question of her own. "Sure, what is it?" I said, smiling on the outside, but internally preparing myself for her to ask me what it felt like to be ruining the country. "You've dated a girl before, right?" I was stunned. I had been so wrong. Well, except about the lesbian part, but you get what I mean. Not only that this person was there on purpose because she liked me, but also because, yeah, I have dated a girl, and apparently she somehow knew that, or at least strongly suspected it, because if she didn't, she wouldn't have asked me that. She especially wouldn't have waited until the very, very end, making sure no one was listening but her if she thought that I wouldn't answer the way that I did. Which was, yeah, and then some muttering about how almost everyone in my life knew that, but there was nothing about it on the internet, because I always worried that if I were to talk about it publicly, then the public might turn it into a bigger deal than it was to me, which is that it's no bigger deal than the fact that I've dated men. She also offered me her number, although...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?